Magic Origins will soon be Magic history, the final core set and the prelude to some major block changes in the standard format. But to heck with standard, although, there's actually more than a few cards in Origins that have got me excited about standard. Uh-oh, back on the wagon. Let's look at the top 5 cards from Magic Origins with potential playability in the modern format. But first, an honorable mention must go to Liliana, Heretical Healer, also known as Liliana Light, Diet Liliana, and Baby Liliana. This card will still see play in Modern, but in budget brews. With Liliana of the Veil topping $100 and no likely standard reprint in sight, Liliana, Heretical Healer is a watered-down but still effective version of one of the most powerful planeswalkers in Modern. She's easy enough to flip, and once she does, her +1 is identical to Liliana of the Veil, as is her original mana cost. While she doesn't have the board lockdown of her big sister with her middle ability, it's still a useful effect, one that's all the more possible with Modern's generally low curve. Using this -X to bring back anything from Siege Rhino to Goyf is going to be pretty powerful, just not as powerful as Liliana of the Veil. And I've got one more runner-up, and yes, it's a planeswalker as well. It's Gideon, Hero of Akros. Look, I'm calling him Gideon, and I really think everyone else will too. Nonetheless, Hero of Akros has a great shot at being a main board staple in a lot of builds. I think it might give black-white tokens the shot in the arm it needs, or much more likely find a home in zoo decks as an early-game creature with late-game presence. I could even see a mono-white Weenies rogue deck emerging around this one card, and so unlike Liliana, I predict that the Hero of Akros is going to command a hefty real-world price. Starting in at number 5, it's Harbinger of the Tides. Listen, take it from an authority. This will see play in Merfolk. Perfectly costed at 2 mana, it can be vialed in or late game. You can always surprise your opponent by paying extra for the flash. The most likely candidate to be replaced by Harbinger of the Tides is Tidebinder Mage. Tidebinder is better to lock down things like Goyf, but the tempo that Harbinger brings is more effective against just about everything else. That tempo! I can even see this becoming main board in Merfolk. Coming in at number 4 is Languish, also known as Damnation. This attempt at a strictly worse damnation may actually have modern relevance. Let's get one thing straight right away. Damnation is not really used in Modern as is. Name a Modern deck of any significance that actually uses Damnation. Thought so. So just calm down about no Damnation reprint and ask instead, what does Darnation, Languish, do better? Languish has the extreme potential to be a board wipe for your opponents and not you. Abzan builds are sieging Modern right now, pun intended. From Abzan Zoo to Wiltleaf Abzan, Languish does not kill your creatures, be they Siege Rhinos, Tassiger, or any of your Selesnian heavy hitters. Wipe out everything from your opponent's elves to your opponent's goblins. Anything affinity is going to be swept right off the board with this card. Heck, even my beloved Merfolk. Keeps your rhinos and most Abzan forces. This has real potential to make already strong Modern decks even stronger. Coming up at number 3 is an answer for twin decks and combo calamities. It's Hallowed Moonlight, and it is a Modern containment priest. Now, again, people calling Origins the Strictly Worse set have referred to this as Strictly Worse containment priest, but here's the thing I like about it. It's easier to answer a creature and combo off than it is an instant. A simple bolt would have taken care of Containment Priest had she been reprinted into Modern. but here you can fizzle their combo if they don't have the counter. What's more, there's a chance that this might even see Legacy play. While Containment Priest never quite made a Legacy impact, Legacy metas with heavy Sneak and Show decks might find this a better answer than the creature. Now, as usual, the top two cards were a close call. I really wanted to give the number one slot to this next card for a while, but that's because it might see Legacy play. Yeah, another one that might see Legacy play, as well as Modern, which is always exciting. In the end, I am going to leave this at number 2. It's straight out of Lorwyn, and it's Shaman of the Pack. Elves has already made a powerful return with Collected Company in Modern, and this is just going to make them stronger. Splash in a few shock lands, and if you're lucky, you'll even just be able to use Collected Company to put it in play. This is all around elven power. In Legacy Elves as well, this has potential, and if Standard Elves becomes a thing with Origins or Battle for Zendikar, then we might just see this card played in all 3 formats, which means it's going to cost a pretty penny. All right, the number one card that's likely to see Modern play from Origins is a card that has me more excited than anything on this list. Yes, even more excited than Harbinger of the Tides, and that's Goblin Piledriver. While this card is technically a reprint, it is not a reprint of a card that was previously available in Modern. And so we have only Modern Origins to thank for adding this to the list of ingredients for Modern brews. Piledriver is one of the best Goblin cards in the game. Seriously, like in the entire game. And it will not only see play, but it will hopefully create a viable Goblin deck for people to play and enjoy. Speaking of play and enjoy, I can't believe it, but Origins actually has me excited about Standard and maybe even Limited again. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming Magic Origins videos or the booster box game. And you can see the videos below for pre-release training and preparation. Also, I just want to remind everyone that these videos only exist because of your kind support through Patreon. Even $1 helps keep me making these videos, so thank you.